Good morning, it's Barbara. It is barely morning anymore, but thank you for joining me for coffee. This is my third cup of coffee. Well, Dennis's brother and sister are here, Gary and Kim. And Gary told Dennis he was coming mid-morning, and Dennis read late morning, so we were still in bed. Ora was asleep, and Gary showed up at 10 minutes to 10. I guess for some people that's mid-morning. Late morning was already going to be a stretch for us, but oh well. His brother Gary is a lovely man, very funny, very dry-witted guy, and Kim came, killed two birds with one stone. Hummingbird. The hummingbirds. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the hummingbird. I think he left while I was talking about him. He just flew by my face. Anyway, excuse me. So Kim and Gary are here. They're talking baseball, so I thought I could sneak out and say good morning to you. So yesterday, Dennis and I fixed the countertop in Ora's house. The Formica had peeled up. Gary wondered if it was the humidity, and it very well could have been, because we didn't have the air conditioning on in that house for a while, so it was already probably not great, and then it looked even worse. So we will find out when we walk the dogs today. We're going to stop over and see how our fix did. But I was not the lovely assistant. I was the partner. I worked hard, and I think it's going to be great. I'm very excited. So now we just have to finish the paperwork. I mean, it's questions like, is it private sewer or public sewer? Community sewer or public sewer? What the heck is community sewer? I guess if the development had its own little sewage plant, I don't know, or it doesn't know if her hot water heater is electric or propane. So we have to go and get the answers to the rest of the questions. And then we will be done with that, turn it over to the realtor, and then we're done. That's good. That's good. So last night we got to test out the Thunder shirt because the neighbors across the street had a very lovely and extensive fireworks display for their party, which we were not invited to. These are new neighbors and we don't know them actually. Anyway, but they had a lovely fireworks display that Ora could see out her window of her sitting room. So Pearl was not a happy camper, so she had her Thunder shirt on with her pheromones, and it seemed to help her. So we were very happy with that. She just sat under Dennis's desk the whole time and was relatively calm. So we're happy to report that maybe the Thunder shirt worked. Oh, so today we're having company. Well, one good thing about him coming early is the house is what it is. I didn't have to spend any, I came down and got us tea and coffee. And while I was waiting for the water to boil, I did straighten up a few things, which I was glad I did, because we were in the middle of drinking our tea and coffee when he arrived. So the house is as it is, and, I'm always happy when the company arrives so that I can stop cleaning. And that's what I did. So, like I said, it is what it is. Anyway, for the rest of the day, I'm not sure. I suspect Kim will stay for a while. Gary will not stay much longer. He only comes for a few hours and, puts his eyes on his mother, makes sure she's okay, gets the story. We hadn't seen him since we did our road trip, so he wanted to know how that went. And yeah, so I'm not sure what else will be happening today, but I'll let you know. They've been talking about the Tour de France, and I'm feeling like I've been wanting to start spinning, and I thought, maybe I will see if I can get the Tour de France. Dennis sent me a link to an article about how you can watch the Tour de France for free, but I'm not sure that it's actually going to be for free. So I might have to sign up for Peacock. I wonder what else is on Peacock that I might want to watch. We shall see. Kim says, I signed up for a month so I could watch the Tour de France. And she was talking about it. And I didn't even recognize any of the names. But I haven't watched the Tour de France. Well, I watched the Tour de France, I think 2 years doing the Tour de France, and then they changed it and I wasn't able to watch it anymore. I think it was just on plain old NBC for a while. But anyway, so I'm a little disappointed. So I don't know, maybe I'll do something so I can watch the Tour de France and spin. Could be fun. I'm sitting in my living room trying to figure out where can I store my spinning wheel when I'm not spinning. My dogs are not chewers anymore. I stopped spinning when Pearl was a pup. So it's been 6 years since I've really done any serious spinning because Pearl is now 6 years old. Yeah, because I moved my spinning wheel upstairs to get it out of her reach. And once it was upstairs, I didn't do nearly as much spinning as, so it's probably 5 years since I really spun. I do have an electric spinner. I have an electric eel. So maybe I should think about that. Anyway, it's got me thinking about spinning, having the Tour de France running. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how long, but Paris is not in good shape at the moment, so I don't know. They're probably in a panic, thinking about what are they going to do with the tour. They might have to change it. But there are a lot of places in France that are not doing so great right at the moment. So I don't know what they would do. But we shall see, I suppose. Well, this is it for me because I'm being very rude hostess, sitting out here while my guests are in the house. But, baseball. And then they started talking about somebody and the hummingbird's bad. And then they were saying, well, for point guard. I'm like, wait a minute. I happen to know for a fact there's no such position in baseball as point guard. And apparently they had switched to basketball and I didn't know it. Because they were talking about people's names, like as if. Anyway, I'll go back in and learn more about Philadelphia sports, I guess. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. Stay safe and stay safe.